Welcome to Talk Around Riyadh, the Wheel of Time showcast. I am your host, Joe Perry, here with my co-host, Jen Isgro, and other Tom.
Hey.
Jen, how are you doing tonight?
I am doing great. The second season is finished. We can look back on it. We can dive even deeper and we can celebrate some of the best moments of season 2. And I'm so excited to do that tonight.
That is what we're here to do. And it was so special and so exciting that we brought a new Tom on to the podcast because the other Tom he couldn't handle it. So
Emotionally.
So with us today is Thom DeSimone from Dragonmount, also on Leafcast, Jordan Kahn. He's all over the Wheel of Time fan community. Thank you for coming, Tom. How you doing?
I'm fantastic. I love hanging out with fellow New Yorkers. I was I'm sorry. Jen is serenading me with her New York accent. It's making just me feel. It's simultaneously making me feel like at home and homesick at the same time. Like I want a bagel, and I also feel like cozy. It's weird. No, I'm excited. The season 2 is fantastic. He couldn't handle it. I cried more when Hopper died in season 2 than I did at my wedding, which is
We're gonna talk about Hopper dying because we'll get to it. We'll get to it. There was some commentary on our nominees for the awards, and that's gonna come up later. So
sure.
Before we start,
go ahead.
Tom, where do you live now?
Florida.
Okay, so the next time we see you, I'm gonna bring you some bagels. It makes me really sad that you can't just have a New York bagel whenever you want, because it's like my favorite thing in the whole world. So
real,
try to remember to bring you some bagels next time we see you.
Would love you forever if you did that. Oh my god, I'd be so happy.
Just bring a dozen bagels. Just bring a dozen bagels. And...
I'll bring like 8 dozen bagels to walk on or something.
Oh my god, I would
leave them in the middle
amazing.
And just let everyone go crazy.
That's a good idea. Thursday, we get there Thursday. It's
get them like Thursday morning, and that's it.
They're gonna have to fight
bagel
for me
night.
to get them bagels. You kidding
New York
me?
bagel night. That's it.
Oh my god, that would be. I'm so excited now.
That's good. Now I want a bagel. Damn it. So I'll do a spoiler warning for everybody at the beginning here. We're actually going to keep it spoiler light this episode, the entire episode. We're going to talk about books 1 through 3 at most. We won't go beyond that. So if you haven't read all the books or haven't watched the TV show, I don't know what the hell you're doing here, but yeah. So we're going to keep it spoiler light. So if you haven't read the books, you shouldn't get anything spoiled, right? We'll talk about things that happen in the first 3 books, but nothing beyond that. So what are we going to be doing tonight? We're going to be giving out awards for season 2. We figured, it's the end of the season. We're not done talking about the show yet, especially this season. And we want to talk about the best things about the season. So we did a survey, right? We put out a poll. We came up with a few categories. I think we have 10 categories here. We came up with nominees for each category. We sent out a poll to the public at large and had them vote on these. So these are 100% not our opinions, or at least the nominees are our opinions, but the winners are not our opinions. And Tom and Jen don't even know who the winners are. I just closed the poll a little while ago. So technically, I don't even know who they are. I haven't been poking at them, but this will be a surprise for all of us, and it'll be a lot of fun. So before we get into it, I guess, should I announce all the categories first, or you want to just fly by the seat of our pants? What do you think? Everyone want to hear all the categories?
No, I think just go like
all right.
Yeah, like the Oscars.
Awards.
They don't. Yeah.
All right, we're just gonna get.
I'm glad that we both went there.
Okay, so we're gonna get into the very first category, which is best new character. Oh, I should have wrote like a summary of what that means, but it doesn't really matter. It's pretty self-explanatory. The best new character. So this is a character that was not in season 1, that is new, was introduced in season 2. There was a lot of characters in this one, a lot of new characters. Of course, it's the Wheel of Time. So I will read the nominees out loud. First up, we have Lanfear / Celine. All right, Lanfear / Celine.
That's tough.
It is. Elaine Tricand. We've got Varen Mathwin, Anver, Damodred, right? I guess that's her last name. Adelius and Thirsty Water in Training.
I almost picked like because I voted too, but I almost picked that one just because that was like a perfect thing. But I really loved. I have to say, Varen and Adelaus's relationship in the especially in the first episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
I forgot about Adelius when I think Thom had thrown this up here. He also put Thirsty Water in Training. This is from Thom. So sorry.
I would not expect a Thom to do any less than astounding.
I had forgotten about Adelius because she disappears like after a couple episodes and you never see her again, really. She's not even like, right? She doesn't even show up in episode 7 in Kyrienne, right? She's not one of the sisters.
No, she's retired. She's not leaving that house.
Yeah, I guess she's just retired and that's it.
She's done.
She's like, when I retire, I retire.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yes.
I don't pretend retire like you do.
There's a lot of really good characters that were the first 3 names you said are like top characters in the book. So
I know I'm getting
this
some
was
guff.
a hard one.
We're getting some guff in chat for not including Avienda.
Yes, that's true.
There was so many characters we could not fit them all. Apparently, Thirsty Water in Training though made more of an impression than Avienda did. He did have a really strong scene though.
In more ways than one.
Yeah, this was so tough. Like I remember throwing some names out here and I was like, oh my God, there's so many new characters and they play such a big role in this season. This is going to be really tough for people. Does anyone have any thoughts on, or at least what are your opinions on who you think the best new character is, Thom?
Out of those choices?
Yeah.
I mean, it's so tough. I think Varen. Even though I voted for Adelaide, I think Varen, she's gonna have but only because I love their relationships.
Yeah,
so I called her, Varen and Maureen the Golden Girls of the Wheel of Time, because when the 3 of them were together, that's what they were, and it was hilarious. But it's got to be Varen. Like she's gonna have so much impact on everything, and Mira Sayal is so great. Like as her, like I love this portrayal of her, this like semi-retired, older, slightly more wizened and like more sassy version of Erin is like fantastic. I like her a lot.
She was funny, right? I mean, her
hilarious,
just with her comments about Lan, hysterical. She was definitely a lot of fun. This is so tough. Like I really loved Elaine. I loved Kira Coveney as Elaine. I thought she nailed it, and she made me like Elaine, which is a character I'm not. She's not one of my favorites in the books. I don't hate her or dislike her. She's just not one of my favorites in the book. But I thought Kira and especially like she didn't have a lot of screen time, but she really made the most of it. So I was really impressed by her. I don't even remember who I voted for. I might have voted for her. What about you, Jen?
I think I might have voted for Elaine. I'm not sure. Elaine is one of my favorite characters, so I really especially loved her. But I feel like it should be Lanfear because she was so good in this season. I mean, so good. It's my catchphrase. She really was, though. I mean, she went for it and she got there. It was amazing.
She had so many like portrayals too. Like she was like crazy, like loving, evil. She played like a damsel in distress a little bit at one point. Like she just sociopath. Like she did all of them. Like a Machiavellian genius. Like she was just so many different versions of her this season too. It was great.
Yeah.
I was watching the scene again where she's like, I'm a monster too. And like there's like a vein popping out of her head. Like I don't know I don't know how that even like happened, but it just looks like it just makes it like extra crazy in that moment.
I think it was makeup that did that. Like
really? I thought that was just her being like really like
I'm not sure. Like dead ass, like because she has that same vein when she's talking to Ishamael the first time in the dream world thing. on the side of her head. It's just like,
yeah.
it's like right there.
That's
Yeah.
like her serious vein. Like she's really into it.
I think that's like her vein, and the makeup, they just probably made it up to
Maybe,
like
I don't
accent
know.
it a little bit more
Maybe.
so it shows.
Yeah.
Who knows? We should
Yeah.
ask her.
Love that.
All right.
I don't know if we should ask.
So
I'm writing that down.
write that down if you get to interview Natasha O'Keefe. Or at least just like if you get to see her in person, just kind of stare at her vein.
Are you that
Like,
crazy?
that
Like that? Can you do that on demand?
Oh boy. All right. So are we ready to announce the winner? Are y'all ready for this?
Y'all ready for this?
Y'all ready for this?
I'm ready.
Drum
Go.
roll, please. And the winner is, for Best New Character, Lanfear.
I feel like it's
I feel like you
fantastic.
should have had little pictures of everyone.
Just
like if we had
flying
more time.
around.
No, like it's the Oscars and like they're all waiting to see if they
just
win.
panning the crown,
Yeah.
panning the
Yes.
crown.
If we had pictures of them, like a video of each of the actors, like in,
Yeah, and then it like
in an
zoomed in on
audience.
Lanfear when she won. Whatever.
She would just walk up and say, obviously, and then walk
Yeah.
off stage.
All right. Well, I don't think this was much of a surprise here. It was a landslide victory. She got more than 50% of the votes.
That's
Wow.
not surprising.
So Lanfear, well deserved. Natasha O'Keefe, she stole the show. I mean, she was such a force in the season. So I really loved her portrayal. She was one of the bright spots of the show for sure of the season. So
I think like, and my brother who doesn't read the books was just like, I was like so afraid Lanfear was gonna die at the end. Like, I hope they don't ever touch my Lanfear. I was like, oh no, like,
Oh no.
I'm like falling in love with her. Like it's
Yeah.
nuts.
Oh wow, that's awesome. All right, we ready for our next category? Jen, you want to take this next category?
Sure. Let me see. Is it in there? Are you posting it for me?
The category's in the shared file. I put all the
Oh, I don't have that open. Come on, man. Hold on.
It's okay, I had it
prepared.
open and then it
I'm
all
sorry.
That's
I wasn't
okay.
prepared.
I'll just cut it out of the episode. That's what's great
Oh,
about
shoot.
podcasts.
I don't know if I have the app on here.
And then everyone
Hold
gets to
on.
see the behind the scenes nonsense.
Okay, here it is. I got it. I have 100
This is so
windows
funny.
open now.
I just-
Okay.
Rigged. Papa should
Okay.
have won.
Yes, Joe, I would love to take the next one. Okay. The next category is Best Costume. Best Costume. And the nominees are High Lady Surath.
Ooh.
Excellent costume. Leane, Keeper of the Chronicles.
Ah.
I feel like I have to give a full name. Randall Thor in his red coat.
Specifically the red coat.
Oh yeah.
Only the red one. Out of the 6 coats he wears, that one specifically. Lanfear's black bondage outfit
Ooh.
and a Shamael suit / vest.
Ah, that was a cool one. Oh wow. I'll flat out say it right now. That High Lady Surath costume was my favorite costume of the entire season for sure. I think
Yeah.
it was not when she takes her headpiece off. Then that bald cap didn't look really
Yeah.
right. And she had no eyebrows, right? Is that like?
Yep,
Yeah,
her
the
eyebrows were
face
gone
was
too,
off.
yeah.
And I think that made it even stranger, maybe. But her full regalia, I love that costume so much. Definitely, hands down for me, best costume.
Yeah.
How about you?
I called Lanfear's bondage outfit her goth share.
Doll's share.
Yeah. That's what it reminded me of when I saw it.
That's it. It was definitely a striking outfit for sure. I'm kind of curious about the donning and doffing of that outfit. If it was difficult for her to get into it and get out of it.
Sure.
In
If-
real
There's a lot
life
of straps.
for
Yes.
Lanfear.
in real life.
Okay.
No, I'm sure for
I was
Lanfear.
gonna
it
say
was not.
Lanfear just appears.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. We didn't get to see that this season. Like somebody that just like changed their clothing or whatever. I mean, we saw Lanfear change her face.
Yeah.
But we didn't see anyone change.
But nothing
their
in the world of
clothes.
dreams like just
What do you mean we saw her
dramatically.
change her face?
Remember, she's pretending to be Rand lying in the bed in a Shamael's.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
Shimmers.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So we saw that.
Yeah, like like dramatic, like just shifting things in the world of dreams. Maybe when they're
Yeah.
like doing like they're practicing later, like if they go into them any.
Yeah, I think we'll get some in season 3. We've got that coming up. So
Well, they did that reminds me, they did say they were going to jump into book 4 for season 3. So I don't know.
yeah, and they
Talk
mentioned
about that at all.
right. Rafe did mention dream walking. I think he's mentioned that at Comic-Con.
Yes.
So we know we're going to get a little bit more of Teleran Riyadh and learn a little bit more about it and the details about it, which should be fun. So maybe we'll get the clothes. I mean, I imagine it's a pain in the ass for them, to constantly change clothes. They probably would just film the scene multiple times in different outfits and then just cut different pieces
Yeah,
together
edit
of
it.
the
Yeah.
scene. Put some
That'd probably
special
be
effects
easier.
in there. Jen, how about you? What was your favorite costume this season?
There's a lot of good costumes here too. I mean, Rand in his red coat is just like epic Rand.
Iconic.
Yeah, it's like Rand as we know him, as we all picture him. So that was awesome to see. Leane had some great costumes. Every time you saw her, she was like, it was such a change from last season where we would say that like everyone was in the same clothes all the time. Like Alana was like traveling and then like 2 days later she's still in the same outfit, and like Leane just was like serving looks every time you saw her. So
Yes.
I love that. But yeah, the Surath outfit I think is gonna be hard to beat. I don't know. For
Yeah.
me, that was a good one.
Yeah, Rand's coat was great. If the only thing it was missing was the dragons, but obviously it's a little too early to put that on a coat for him. I'm sure we'll see that in the future, and maybe it'll pop up in the next season or so. Yeah, I don't know, man. The High Lady Surath for me is the one. I don't know though. We're gonna have to check it out. Jen, are you ready? Are you ready to announce the winner?
I'm ready.
Okay, I've sent you the winner.
Okay, let's see the winner.
Drum roll.
And the winner is Lanfear's Black Bondage outfit. Wow.
I want to say.
Do you think she would she feign surprise? Would she be like, oh my god,
she'll run out from behind the curtain because she's already like just won. She has to come back out on stage from backstage.
Yes,
She's gonna win every award.
Listen, she won by 0.4%.
Oh wow!
And I will say this: I've been keeping an eye on the polls for the last few days, and High Lady Surath was slightly ahead, and it looks like in the very last, like today.
Oh boy!
The votes came in, I guess, for Lanfear, and she won by a slim margin there. Wow.
I really did like the Shanshin, all of the Shanshin guard. Like I liked all of it. It was so different from everything that we saw.
Yeah.
And I think it did well, like the armors and stuff did well imbibing like an exoskeleton feel. Even like this High Lady Surath and Turok in their ornamental stuff looked insectoid-like, I think.
Yeah, Turok had that like bone chest piece.
I almost put him on this list too. I probably should have, but
his was pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
No.
The costumes just in general were awesome this season. I think it was a little step up from last season. Not that last season was bad, but like Jen said, like most of the characters wore like the same outfits almost through the entire seasons, which was kind of. And I get it for the the Emmonsfield 5 because they're traveling. But yeah, like go ahead.
I know I don't like I kind of wish I had a chance to talk to Sharon Gillum and Davina Lamont. Sharon is the lead costume designer and Davina was the makeup and hairdresser, but makeup also being like the practical like prosthetics and stuff like that. She did all that too.
Oh
wow. And they had a real ball, I know, working on this season, doing things like combining, like for Kyrian, combining traditional Japanese, like feudal Japanese hairstyles and clothing styles together in weird ways. Like they had a lot of fun with that. So they said they were looking forward to doing that in the future. And Sharon said particularly the most fun that she had, I think, Yeah, she was working on the Shanshan stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what they do with other cultures, like the mashup the way Robert Jordan did with other cultures. So I'm excited for that. She
Yeah.
said they had a lot of fun with the Kyrian party scene.
Oh
Like
yeah,
if
yeah.
like you could see it, just like some people have Japanese hair and French clothing, and some people have a mixture of French and Japanese hair and Japanese and mixture of French clothing and like weird different combinations of them. They said
Yeah.
they had a
Now
lot
I
of
want to
fun with
go
that.
back and like look at all the people at the party that I wasn't really paying attention to.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
and there's a lot too. Like I went back and checked after they said that, and there's a lot going on. Like especially with the women's hair, like specifically because like the French, like 16th century French, like they all had like a lot of big
The
like
wigs.
bouffant,
Yeah.
like yeah, and like then the traditional Japanese, they would always have like like more reserved things.
Mhm.
So like there's a lot of that too, but they have like hair sticks in weird ways that you wouldn't see in French stuff, and it was a lot of interesting designs for them.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm looking forward. We've got we're gonna go to Tenchico next season, and they're
Ooh,
the ones who
yeah.
had the veils, right?
Mhm.
So it'll be interesting if they do the veil still, and then the sea folk, right? We're gonna get some sea folk costuming, which should be fun as well. So looking
Yeah, I'm
forward
excited about that.
to next season. All right, so we got our next category. Tom, you want to take this one?
Sure, I can take this one. All right, so here we go. All right. So in this next category, we're going to be voting for, or what was voted for is the best villain.
Ooh,
Best villain,
it's a big
and
award.
that's tough. Yeah, that's a big award, especially for season 2. There was a lot of evil things in season 2.
Yeah.
So first up is Leandrin Sedai of the Red Aja.
Red or black.
Or black, yes. Initially red and now probably black. Or yes, definitely black. Spoiler alert. And then again, our girl, Mirren, aka Lanfear, up there
She's waiting
again.
In the wings with her
just
awards.
waiting. It's just like I'm gonna get
come
another
back
one.
out. Yeah.
She's like, should I sit down or should I just stay up here in the backstage?
Yeah. Ishamael also second guessing why he ever turned to the shadow, being jealous of Luce Theron. He should be jealous of Lanfear winning everything. So Ishamael is our next nominee. And Lady Suroth, hi Lady Suroth, forgive me. I would probably be put to death for that.
It's High Lady Surath.
Suroth. Yes. And I think a great addition to this list for best villain, Rena, the Sultan. That is a great addition on for villain, because probably not thought of immediately when you think of villains in season 2, but like when you sit back for a second and absorb really what she was doing, 100% villain in season 2.
Yeah, she's on the back half of the season, unlike Leandrin and Lanfear and Ishamael are really throughout the entire season. Suroth and Ren are kind of on the back half of the season. So this is
we also had before we move on, we had a comment that we should have included Mogedion in here, but
Yeah.
she was excellent, but I don't think she was a villain of season 2.
No.
She was like
she didn't do anything except talk to Lanfear. So
she was
she terrified Lanfear.
No, she did. Yeah.
Yes.
She was excellent, and I'm excited to have her on the awards for the best villain of season 3, because I'm sure she'll be up there.
Yes,
because apparently she's insane, as according to Lanfear, which is insane, I think.
Yeah, I guess she's going to be the insane one. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with her this season.
Lanfear is not insane compared to Mogedion.
Apparently.
If Lanfear thinks Mogedion's insane, then she must be pretty fucking whack.
Yeah.
This is so tough, right? Like Leandrin, right? Kate Fleetwood, she had a real strong season. I mean, she had her hands in a lot. She had a lot of screen time this season and was interacting a lot. People were still on the fence about her. I think non-book readers, they did a good job of making her a somewhat sympathetic character. So you're like keeping people on their toes, whether she was bad or good. And then, we finally learned that she's evil.
They had me on my toes. Like I tried to go into it not being like I know what's gonna happen, like trying to read it off the screen. And I think they did a good job making me second guess myself. Like, oh no, she's black. Maybe she's not. Maybe they're gonna change it. Like a couple of times I said that.
Yeah, that scene with her and Suroth, when when they Leandrin brings the girls to Soroth. That was a great scene. The two of them kind of going back and forth with each other. Yeah, it's just a tough one. What about you, Jen? What do you think?
Oh boy. Best villain. It's hard because, like you said, I feel like Leandrin was more even though she was in it up to the 7th episode, I feel like she was more in like the first half. She was doing more in the first half of the season. And
she did a
Revan
lot.
was more like, yeah. I don't know. I mean, I want to say Lanfear again. I hate to do it, but I also feel like Lanfear is like overshadowing Ishamael, who was also incredible this season. Like Forrest is so good.
Yeah.
He's so manipulative. He's so charming. He was just really good. So
he cut the rug right out from under her. She thought she was going to get rid of them Forsaken.
Yeah,
but
no. In there breaking seals over his knee and dusting his hands. I really would love to see him breaking them.
You know what's so funny? So I somebody was talking about that, breaking the seals, right? Because right in the beginning, right, the very first scene of the show, Lews Therin says they say right, whoever they is, that even I'm not strong enough to break these seals. But Ishamael breaks 6 of them all by himself.
But are they weakened?
Yeah, that's the question. And then people went so far as to say that's how Egwene was able to keep him on his toes, because he was very weak from breaking the seals, using a lot of his energy to break the seals.
He was tired. Okay.
He was tired? I don't know.
I don't know about that. I think they're just trying to make up a reason why.
I think so too, but
no, I definitely think he just pushed them over and they broke. I don't know. I just love it's such a funny scene.
Like
I'm totally off now. Yeah, just to imagine.
Oh my God.
Did they all appear bloody and naked in the room, and they're all standing there looking at each other? How did that go down? I wish I was a fly on the wall.
Oh yeah, that'd be great if we.
And then they all just gateway out immediately.
No, another fun fact: they filmed that bloody naked scene on location, and it was freezing.
That
was from what's her name? She's a writer and a director and a producer. Sanaa Hamri.
Sanaa Hamri. Yeah. I remember that actress, the body double. She had posted that she did a scene on Instagram, kind of hinting that that was her in that scene. I think when the trailer or teaser came out, she mentioned it. So I know it was a body double. But I feel bad for her now that she had to do that in the freezing cold, covered in liquid too, which must have made it even colder.
Yeah. Naked.
Yeah, naked. All right. Yeah, this is a tough one. Tom, are you ready to announce the winner?
Yes.
Okay. I've sent you the winner. Drum roll incoming.
And the winner is Lanfear.
Oh my God.
She's just coming out with all her things.
Fandom.
I promise I didn't do that on purpose.
Too obvious.
I did.
It's a bunch of thirsty motherfuckers is what it is. I'm one of them. I'm not. I am also one of them.
I don't even remember who I voted for.
I was ordering these because I wanted to put them in a specific order to kind of keep them interesting, and I didn't realize what I did until after we started the podcast.
Put all the Lanfears in a row.
I put all the Lanfears in a row. All right.
Joe, she won every award. What do you want?
Well, she's not.
How could you have not done that?
She's not going to win.
People have spoken.
Award, all right.
She's not nominated.
She's not even nominated.
She's not nominated for best fight.
God.
Best fight
because it wasn't a fight. It wasn't a fight. If it was best use of the one power, best destruction of property,
best blowing up of someone's head, she would have done
that. Best murder, she would have gotten that.
Oh, we should have put that in there. Best death. We have to write that down for next season. Best death.
Best death.
All right, so the next category is best fight. All right, and the nominees are the Sean Chen attack, Tuin's Mill. That's with the Shanarans, Perrin and Loyal. We've got the Heroes of the Horn fight the Sean Chen at the end. We've got Moraine Land, Varen, Adelius, and Tomas fight the Murdral at the end of, that's the end of episode 1, right?
Yes.
And then Perrin and Aviendha fight the White Cloaks. There was some good fight scenes in this season.
Really were.
This is tough here. I like all of these fight scenes, to be honest with you, and I'd be hard pressed to pick one that stood out for me. I really like the Shanchin attacking Atuan's Mill, when they drag Perrin out of the bed.
Yeah. Massima just killing everyone.
And
Loyal. Tossing guys.
Oh my god.
When Loyal was screaming, like he was like,
they're tying him down and he's like,
roaring,
oh my
man.
god.
Oh. Yeah, it was like King Kong, right? With them tying, like with the ropes on him, while he's fighting the ropes. And then, like you said, just throwing people against buildings. And Massima just killing everybody.
But Lan fighting the Murdral and the Murdral jumping in and out of shadows, that was really cool.
That was sick.
I was so glad they added that.
There was so much cool things. Like there were so many cool things that happened in that fight. The shadows in particular, I think they've done Murdral stepping in and out of shadows in the show better than they did in the books. Like you never see them doing shit like they did in the show, like stepping in and out during fights and stuff like that. And I'm always like, why aren't they doing this?
Yeah.
Like, because I remember like they talk about it a lot in the early stuff and they never really use it that much, except for to like appear in Jaichim Carradin's room for some reason.
Yeah, they only did
that's a light spoiler. Sorry.
That's all right.
You didn't spoil anything. People don't even know who that character is. So
that's fair. He's probably not going to exist in the show. But the other cool thing that I really liked was the difference in fighting with Moiraine and Lan in season 1 when they were fighting together when she could still channel, and like how they fought together, like up in the front fighting. Mm-hmm. And then Varen standing like way off in the back while Thomas was down in the shit, but she was like buffing him essentially. Like she gave him a flame blade that he was using. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Like I liked that. I thought that was pretty sick.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah, that was really cool too. Oh man, yeah. I was so excited when that first episode where we saw the Murdral jumping in and out of shadows. I was like, oh my god, they did it. I didn't think they were going to do it, and they pulled it off. It was so cool. And then later on when the Murdral sneaks up on Rand and Lanfear or Selene, when it just pops out of the shadows there, it was so cool.
So good.
And then Matt and the Heroes of the Horn,
which is what I voted for strictly because of Guy Roberts and Uno. Strictly because of that.
I mean, there were only 12 of them, but I didn't even realize that at first that there were only 12. I thought there were more heroes like in the back, but I didn't even because I wasn't paying attention, I guess, well enough. But yeah,
I was just so focused on Uno and Arter Hawkwing.
Yes, and then looking, I was it's Brigida. Oh man, what do you? Any thoughts, Jen, for you on which one of these you like the most?
I don't know. It's definitely between the Shinarans, the Shanchin, like the Atuan's Mill fight, and the Murdral fight. I mean, Aviendha fight was good too. And we're getting another suggestion in chat, which we should.
Oh my god, I was gonna say.
And what Basan? What was his name?
Basan, Basan.
Oh, that was such a good when she's like twisting the Soldama to pretzels.
Oh, I forgot all about that.
I know that was so good. The way they fought together was like a completely. It was like they were so in sync too,
which is weird because she's like a yellow, so you figure like she's not. I like how she
better.
I liked how
who better to know how to hurt somebody.
Oh yeah,
well that's what. No, that part you're right. I was thinking of like, and they made it very like yellow, where she was breaking bones, like opposite of like mending bones. But the way that you were talking about, Jen, how she was very in sync and interacting, like the choreographed with the water, because like that wouldn't be something normally a yellow would do. Like being able to channel and do all of that, yes, but the choreography.
We don't really know if they're like in a relationship.
Yeah. Well, they are bonded, so like they.
Well, they're definitely bonded, but like on top of that, I wonder if on top of that they were. We don't really know that.
Yeah, we don't know.
We didn't really get but they were.
But I'm sure, like through the bond, I'm sure they could sense like each other's, not just emotion, but movements and presence.
Yeah. Well, Moiraine and Lan kind of fight like that in season 1, where they're where she like. Isn't there a part where she like ducks down and he like stands something a Trolloc over her, like they know where each other are,
and she does the same thing with a Trolloc, blows like a Trolloc out of the way that's about to hit him.
Yeah, it's just cool because they had that slow-mo shot of like their eyes locking as she like passes in front of her. Good. It's just a really good shot. Yeah. Okay, that one wins. even
Also,
less
really
nominee.
sad that we didn't get a rescue Rima scene.
Yes.
Very sad about that.
I put a post on Instagram because the actress put up a photo of herself like smiling on a beach. So I put up like when you didn't forget to rescue Rima from destruction, and she was like, "Oh, whatever, fingers crossed." And I was like, "Oh my god, I would love to see you come back next year
Me
or
too.
whatever in the future." She was
We need
really
to make
good.
a hashtag save Rima. That's what
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like I didn't think of it because I'm so into like the story that I know has to happen in that
Yeah.
last episode with the heroes and all that stuff. But like, yeah, they should have like brought her up. Like, where was she?
Well,
Like,
Rima is
yeah, nothing.
Rima's one of the ones that stays like captured, right?
Yeah,
in
you
the
see her
books?
later, right? I think. Do you?
Is she like Pura or somebody?
Yeah,
or...
yeah, Pura.
Yeah. All right. Let's
I
announce
don't
these. Let's announce this award. Who? This one was me, right? Best fight.
Yep.
All right. So here we go. The winner of best fight sequence is Perrin and Avienda fight the White Cloaks.
Nice.
All right.
Dude.
So the one we didn't talk about.
We're really bad about. I was gonna say we're really bad about like anticipating the winner of these things.
No, that was I loved that fight. Like I thought it was a great fight. But I definitely thought that it was going to be at least the Heroes of the Horn.
It was an overwhelming margin. I think this is the biggest margin so far of a win. I think everybody just really loved Avienda fighting, which I thought was awesome. I love the way they did the Aiel fight. We got a little bit back to, the blood snow type of thing. And the best part of that fight is right before it when Perrin like tries to, push her behind him like he's going to protect her, and she just laughs at him.
That smile. Yeah.
That was one of my favorite moments in the whole season. That was great. Oh, I can't wait till next season when we're going to get some more Aiel fighting.
Oh,
yeah.
God, it's going to be so good.
I feel like we didn't get enough.
I can't
Like they fought in the last episode, but
it was a lot of bow. It was a lot of like firing
much,
of the bow, and
yeah, that's true.
I
can't wait for Aiel to fight Aiel.
Yeah,
that is going to be something to see.
Oh yes, because we know we got. We'll talk about this probably next week a little more. We know we're pretty sure Couladin's going to be in this next season. So
Couladin.
Yes. All right, Jen, do you want to take the next category?
I do, Joe. The next category is best book adaptation. So this would be like best moment in the show that is straight out of the book. Excuse me. Okay, so our nominees are Matt blows the horn of Valir. Almost can't top that, but I'll keep going. Rena breaks Egwene. Love it. Leandrin delivers Egwene, Nynaeve, and Elaine to the Seanchan. And our last nominee, Dordral.
Oh, this is a good.
See, Dordral kind of made me mad because I thought it was great. Like, it looked great. But, like, I wanted that fear of Padden Fane. Like, we didn't see that.
Yeah, there was no mention of who. They were like, who could do this? And then it's like, who cares? Just keep going. Like, we'll never find out if we did it. And did he even do it? Like, did he do it?
I don't know.
Does it matter?
What I had hoped for was like a cold open and like a future episode where it was like cutting back and forth of like Padden Fane losing his goddamn mind, and then like a Myrddril giving him shit about something, and then him just breaking and killing the Myrddril. Like, that's what I was hoping for.
I don't feel like Padden Fane is as crazy in the show.
Not yet. Hopefully, I want like, crazy Padden Fane so bad.
Yeah. He gave up that dagger pretty quick to tease Matt with it. So
I know.
These are really good. I mean, the Leandrin delivering the girls was like almost exactly like the book. A couple of minor changes, but that whole sequence was really fun. Rena breaks Egwene.
That was tough.
And I mean, they did a lot. They pulled a lot, right? Like, some of the dialogue is right from the books, and with the pitcher of water, and that was tough too. And then what about Matt with the horn again?
Yeah, how do you?
when he like I'm getting goosebumps right now thinking
Yeah.
about it. Like just him thinking about scream. Like when I heard him say that, I was just like, I stood up and I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
The horn might look like crap, but this was awesome. Like that's exactly what I said.
Yeah, this is such a tough one.
I was just like, whatever. We're gonna talk about this line again later, but when he said it, it was like, okay, like I have peace with myself that at least we saw Matt say that line on TV in real life. It happened. Like no matter what else happens on the show, at least we have this forever.
This happened.
Like
Yep.
it's out. It happened, and now we have it forever.
And I like
I
how
might have that audio recorded.
Yeah.
I like how they didn't subtitle it, so nobody knows what he said.
Yeah. Good.
People are like, what did he say? And why are people so excited that he said that? Yeah. So all right.
And no one was around to hear him say it either. So it's not like Harry could be like, hey Matt, what'd you say? And when you did the thing.
Jenny, you ready to announce the winner?
I'm ready. And the winner is Rena Break Segway.
100%.
This is half the show.
This was this was a huge landslide victory for sure.
Not surprising at all.
Yeah, it was a huge landslide. Yeah, that was such a powerful sequence. That whole episode and just the way they did it, and they pulled a lot of that dialogue. I went back and read that because I was like, there were parts of it that bothered me, and then I was like, oh my God, no, this is like literally directly from the books. I mean, they changed a little bit like where it took place and maybe the order of it, but it was like, this is right from the books.
Yeah.
And Zelia Mendez-Jones was superb towards the end of that episode too, as Rena.
Yeah.
So
I feel like we all pretty much knew exactly why. I think it was 2022 Comic-Con. Like it was Rafe and Madeline, Daniel Henney, Kira Kovini, and Donald Flynn, and they were all like, "Oh, Madeline kills it this season. Like Madeline's acting this season was amazing. Like, oh my God, like she has some scenes that are like so good." And I feel like we all kind of knew which scenes they were going to be, but like they were right. Like they were 100% right. If she doesn't win something, I feel like she needs to win something. Like, I mean, this is great. Like she's winning this award and it's fantastic, but she needs to get recognized by like the Academy or like Golden Globes.
Are you saying we're not on par with the Academy?
Yeah, why are you insulting our awards?
Well, it's like
this isn't enough for you.
I just want her to get as much money as possible, and I feel like if she could put this on her thing, and if that gets her more money, then I'm so happy. But I feel like no one other than us and Rafe are gonna care, and her.
We should.
I mean, us, like the Wheel of Time community.
Yeah.
Rafe will care. Rafe loves hearing what we think about, or he likes to hear the things that we like about the stuff, and he likes constructive criticism, but he doesn't like the toxic.
She won a what is our award called? A talkie.
A talkie. I love it.
She won a
You should present it to her. I feel like you should make these and present them to them the next if you ever see them.
That's a good idea. Yeah, maybe we'll reach out to Rob Christensen and see if he can make us some awards, or I'll go to the local trophy store.
There you go.
All right, you want to do Thom? You're up for our next category.
Ooh, I'm excited. The most emotional scene. I mean, okay. There's a lot to discuss about this category, but the most emotional scene. So the nominees are Nynaeve returns from the third arch in her acceptance test. Sans a child. Moiraine rebonds land, which was fantastic. Egwene pours water from the pitcher. Uno is killed, and Rima is collared.
I will.
Now, Joe, you changed that halfway through the voting.
Yeah. So listen. So this was one. The Rima is collared was added by Thom, and he originally put Rena is collared. So and Rena is collared in the show, so I did not question it, and I put it on the poll. And then I think it was Geeky Eri who asked was that supposed to be Rima? And Tom was like, yeah, sorry, I didn't proofread it. So then I changed it to Rima about halfway
So
through.
some of the votes are going to be for Brenna, some are for
That's
Rima.
fair.
Yeah. So I
don't know what you're talking about. Just edit that part out. That never happened.
It
I don't
never
know what you're
happened.
talking
It
about.
doesn't. Yeah. Sorry if somebody's not going to get a talkie because of this mistake. You can blame Tom, who's not here. So
yeah,
I'll take the blame for him.
he couldn't even show his face tonight because of that error.
Yes, that's really why he's not here.
The integrity of the awards was ruined.
There's paparazzi all outside his house.
Nynaeve coming out of the thing, I feel like killed parents. I feel like if you're a parent, like that might have been the most emotional one for you the season.
Yeah.
I
mean,
it's for me.
It's hard to like grasp how long she was in there.
She was in there for like
it was like 6 years.
6 years?
It was five
like
or 6 years.
6-year-old daughter, like a whole life, and then you come out and you just be like, oh my, like she's just gone. This person doesn't like 6 years with a kid, and it's just like not even.
And you thought you were saving her. You like she.
Yeah,
had
I don't
her.
know it. I don't know if she. I don't know if she actually thought she could go through, or if she just was like, I can't walk through without picking her up.
I can't leave her. Yeah, I can't.
I can't walk away from her.
Yes.
So I'm gonna try to bring her through, and then we'll just see what happens. But I don't know if she really felt like she could do it. Either way, I just felt like she couldn't not try.
Yeah. I think it's what you say, Jen. I think she couldn't bear to walk away from her daughter, so she was like, "I'm just gonna take her with me. I know she's not gonna make it through, but I need to hold her in my arms to get through this." This is mine. I think for sure. This is what I would choose out of here.
Yeah.
How about you, Tom?
I am sad that Hopper isn't on there.
Jen, were there comments?
We didn't. I didn't.
I'm sure
there have been
one
many
right
comments.
now in Discord.
I didn't see any specific ones, but yes, in Discord we're getting like Hopper bombed.
I saw a bunch on social media where we posted this. I think on Facebook.
I'm sorry. These are I'm so sorry to put it like this, but these are people awards. Okay.
It's cold. It's cold.
Sorry, Hopper.
These are people awards.
These are people. You can't have a wolf in the room where there's all these people dressed up in nice outfits. I'm sorry. He wasn't invited.
Maybe we could send the Wolf a consolation prize.
If the wolf, we had wolf awards, Hopper would win every award. I guarantee you.
Is it Lhasa or something like that? Her name is
something like that. That was fantastic. These are people awards. That's great.
If Tom was here, he would not stand for this either. He'd be right with me because Tom hates dogs.
I
love the Moraine bonding of land though. I thought that scene that is what I voted for, and that scene was fantastic. I thought that was a great scene.
Yeah, I think I've said this before on the podcast, but my wife was crying during that scene. Like she had tears coming out of her eyes for that one.
I had a couple tears.
That was definitely a very emotional scene. And you know what? It's like, again, like the third episode was a long ways away, right? It happened a while ago. Even Uno dying, right? That was what, episode 4 or 5? I can't remember.
3.
Oh, that was 3. That was 3. That was a long way away. So it's like I almost felt like I had to go back and watch all these scenes.
I know, you forgot it.
I blocked it out.
Uno dying was like the biggest shock to me.
Yeah.
I was worried, and then I went like, oh, like that was like such a graphic, shocking moment.
Yeah,
that's why but I like things like that, because again, like you said before, like we're sitting there thinking we know everything that's gonna happen, and like we don't. There's a lot. I
like getting surprised.
Yeah, like a lot of most of the stuff this season, my husband would be like, "What is that? What are they doing?" I'd be like, "I have literally no idea."
Yes,
all of this is
same thing with my
wife. I don't know what's going on. Let's just watch the show together because I can't tell you anything right now.
My wife would go. She'd be like, "Can you pause it for a second?" And then I would pause it. She asked me the question. She'd be like, "You know, I'd be like, I have no idea." I was like, "None of this happens in the book, son. I'm sorry, I can't."
How does Leandrin have a son? I don't fucking know.
I don't know.
Yeah, but I think that's that's like a gift though for us. Like,
no, it is. I do love it.
Yeah. No, it is fun.
I'm not. No. I definitely know you do. I'm just like as a Wheel of Time community, people that have been like reading these books for 20 fucking years, like. Yeah. To be able to be surprised by it again is like, it's great. Like sitting on the edge of my seat, not knowing what's going to happen with the Wheel of Time again is cool. It's fun. As long as the thing that we get is good. And in my opinion, so far, most of it has been.
Yeah. I think what I like about it mostly is that these are like the same characters, just like
Yeah.
stuff's happening in a different way. It's not like they're like,
Exactly.
oh, they didn't get Nynaeve at all. Like, she's terrible. You know, like, this is
Nah.
Nynaeve, but she's having a different experience. So we get to
Exactly.
see the characters we love, and like, things are a little bit different.
Things are a
The
little
journey
different.
is different.
Yeah.
Press
The
for
new
time.
Character's the same. The destination probably the same, but
Yeah.
the journey is different.
All right. Tom, are you ready to announce the winner?
I was born ready. Nynaeve coming out of the arch for her third accepted test.
Oh, I love it.
I want to say, I think the entire accepted test thing in the show was better on at every point than Nynaeve's accepted test in the books. Bar none.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I was obviously there were changes, and it threw me for a loop. Like I was, I was thrown off for a good. I think we had this conversation, Jen. Like we were talking between us on when we were talking about the episode of like, at what point did you realize that she was still in the accepted test? So I'm going to ask that question to you, Tom. When did you realize she was still in the accepted test?
When Lan showed up with nobody.
Yeah.
Like
when
when Lan showed up and no one else was with him, I was like, she's still in the accepted test.
Yeah. I was so
like,
confused.
oh, I just left Moraine and I'm gonna go with you now. No.
Yeah.
No.
When
not
she
happening.
And no Alana, no one else.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah. That was definitely threw me for a loop, but I liked what they did with it. I really liked it.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I thought it was a good.
The point of the accepted test was supposed to be that you're abandoning things to go back to the White Tower to show that you have dedication to being an Aes Sedai into the White Tower.
Yeah.
Like that is what they tell her when she walks into them. She's like, if you're doing this for somebody else, you are going to fail because you need to be doing this for yourself. You need to want to be an Aes Sedai so much that you're willing to abandon these things that you're going to experience. And in the book, the first thing that she fucking experiences is being chased through a fucking maze by a Forsaken.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I want to stay here. This sounds great. This is exactly what I wanted to do with my life. Like, come on. And then like the version of Tam going back to the two rivers with Tam and like in the book, it was more, it felt like, and I went back and reread it because I said it and then someone was like, no, that wasn't it. And I'm like, nah, because I still think I was right. So I went back and reread it and I still feel the same way. Was like in the book, she was more upset that somebody else was wisdom. Not even that somebody less.
But they were poisoning the people in the two rivers, wasn't they? Was it?
In the book.
It was. Yeah, in the book, yeah.
No, but she wasn't mad about that. Like she didn't get as upset about that as she got upset as somebody else was wisdom.
Oh, okay.
Like she was more upset that it was someone else was wisdom than it was like, I need to fix these people. I need to, like, she was more in the show. The portrayal was, I need to fix my people. Like my people are dying without me. And like, this is their best choice. And she's trying. And she didn't even get upset that she wasn't wisdom, that someone else was with, like nothing. That never came up, not even one time.
Lan's
it was,
like,
I need to help the people.
Yeah, Lan was like, Tam was like, can you stay with me?
While I die. Yeah.
I gotta go. Sorry.
Yeah. And then, you know, the thing with her parents. And like, that was.
Yeah.
Like those were real, like I can change the worst thing that's ever happened to me.
Yeah.
I have to not do that. Okay, that's tough. Yeah. I have to abandon my people. That's tough. Like those are real tests, I feel like. And the versions in the books weren't as I would have imagined them to be for someone that needs to, like, is trying to be an Aes Sedai. That's just
and obviously that, you know, like we wondered in the first season why they changed Nynaeve's backstory a little bit, and now we know because they were going to plan to tease her for the accepted test, which makes sense.
And they gave her. She didn't have a backstory in the book. She was just, I'm an angry.
Well, I mean, her parents, right? Her parents both died, but they didn't die. They weren't attacked, and you know.
Yeah.
And
she's the classic RPG character. My parents died. How? I don't know.
Yeah.
They died, and I'm sad about it.
All right, so let's go to our next category, which is the best line of dialogue.
Some good ones.
So the nominees are Matt saying, Doviande Setovia Sagain. Alana's cousin, where does the third one go now? In reference to a third border being land. Nynaeve to Loyal, and I guess Elaine at the same time. Your name sings in his ears. Now get up. We don't have much time. And then Nynaeve again saying, I'll make you curse the first kiss your mother ever gave your father. Which she says to the collared Soldam.
Yeah, we have an honorable mention for this.
Okay.
The Matt line, is this a sex thing or a murder thing?
Sorry.
Yeah, I wish you'd skip the talking. Something like that. So.
That's a good
That's
one.
exactly
I
what he
forgot about that.
said.
But the
Okay.
Nynaeve, the Matt line almost can't not win. Like we said
I know.
before, just perfect. But that Nynaeve line to Loyal was hilarious. I
Mhm.
love that line.
Yes, your name sings in his ears. Now get up. We don't have much
Just
time.
get up. Okay.
We don't have time for this.
Yeah.
The Alana's face after her cousin said the thing too was
Oh,
hilarious.
Yeah, that's also really good. They're all I don't know.
Where does
She was
the
like,
third one go now?
Oh,
The way that line was delivered too was great. Like it's very, very, very legitimately curious about like wanting to hear an answer on that one for sure. Not just saying it.
I just want to have a party with Alana's family because they seem really fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they do seem pretty cool. I would love to hang out there for a little bit.
You go to that farm.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of good lines here. I mean, Nynaeve has two of them, but I feel like the Dovianda Sitovia Sagayan is just because of the line itself.
It's too
and what
good.
It is. It's probably going to win. I'm guessing. That's my guess.
I don't want to hate on his delivery because his delivery was fantastic.
Yeah.
His actual speaking of the line on screen was pretty great. Like his face, like he said it with his whole chest. Like he was, oof. It was really good.
All right. Are we? Are you ready to hear the winner of this category?
Ready.
Here we go. And the winner of Best Line of Dialogue is Matt Dove Sitovia Sagain.
Say that again.
You're with the delay there. It wasn't as big of a landslide as you would have thought, too, to be honest with you.
Okay.
But it won handily. So great line there. Of course, I don't think any other line had a chance, to be honest with you, against that one. So sorry for all the other nominees.
Nynaeve's was great. Like Nynaeve's, her threat. That whole scene was great. Like, cause her emotions going back and forth between being angry and disgusted at herself were like fantastic.
Yeah.
And then it just went downhill from there is the problem.
Yeah.
The Nynaeve Elaine storyline in
Fortunately.
episode 8. Yeah. Didn't live up to that line.
Jen, you want to do our next category?
Yes, sure. The next category is the best change from the books.
Ooh, they made changes from the books?
Oh my God, just like a couple. Nothing major.
One or two.
Okay. Uno becomes a hero of the Horn. Rand confronts Logain in the sanitarium. Brown Aja detectives. Yasaka and Naomi help Varen.
Ooh.
Matt and Min team up. And Rand and Celine as lovers.
Yeah, now that one, the Rand and Celine as lovers, I was kind of taken aback in the beginning when I found out, like when we saw those teasers and trailers with the two of them, I was like, oh my God, they're really going full on with this.
Oh yeah.
But it worked. They made it work really well. So
I think that it made it more, well, first of all, it made sense because they aged up all the characters. So to have these older characters have a sexual relationship makes much more sense. But I feel like it'll lend a lot more to their future relationship developments to stay spoiler free.
Yeah. Jem, what do you think? Which one of these was your favorite change?
I mean, I love Uno coming back. I hated Uno dying, but I was happy to see him come back.
That was absolutely my favorite.
So,
When I saw him there, I literally screamed. Like
Yeah.
literally, my wife was like, "Whoa!" Like she got startled because I screamed.
People were calling for it all over Twitter.
They were. Was awesome. But Rand and Logain too, though, that was like pretty cool to see. That's like that when I saw that in the trailer, I was like, that made me yell. I was like, what in the world is this?
It made
But
me
they had some
fear
good
for.
scenes.
It made me fear for Asmodean's teaching, and I was still hoping we got that. But I
Oh yeah, I don't think
I
after
think that's
now,
safe.
I think we're fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Logan really taught him much.
But yeah, it was. I mean, Alvaro Morte is just so good, so I feel like they
He
had
really
to
is.
get him in here somehow. Yeah, I mean, it's probably. I like the brown Aja too. I like
A lot.
Jessica. That was a fun scene. But I don't know. It kind of has to be Uno. I think I have to go with Uno.
You on the Uno bandwagon too?
There was
Tom?
an honorable mention in Discord too that I think we should.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't. Okay, I'll say it, but Leandrin Eludrin scene. I personally don't think that was a very good. I don't know.
It added to her character a bit.
It
Like I
was
liked
okay.
that they. I just like forget about the actual content of it. I like that they added depth to the Dark Friends going to the Shadow, other than for power and to live forever, because that was pretty much all of them.
Well,
in the
books, there's right. You know, we learned we meet some of the other Dark Friend and Black Aja, and we find out why they turned, and you know, like with and some of the other ones. I was a little upset that they made Leandrin so empathetic or sympathetic of a character. I liked that she was just like evil, and because right in the book she's like a Dark Friend from like when she's like a kid. Basically, she's a Dark Friend before she's even an Aes Sedai. So
I see. I think they made, because when she talks about her son and saving him, she talks about it in the sense of saving him for herself. Like she's not saved. Like she kept him alive for herself. Like that's. So I felt like that she still had that core. Like it was. I don't know. I agree with you. I agree. Like I liked her just being like an easy evil character to hate, while at the same time I like the whole of them giving the Dark Friends a little bit more depth as a whole.
I kind of agree that I was like, don't make me like Leandrin.
Yeah,
I just want her.
I was upset with that too. I love Kate Fleetwood though.
Yeah, no, I do love her. I think I love to hate her. I think she's like a great actress, but I don't want to like Leandrin.
All right, Jen.
I feel you.
You ready to announce the winner?
Oh yes. Okay. And the winner is Brown Aja Detectives. Yaska and Naomi help Varen.
I feel like
that's a dark horse.
That's like a whole spin-off series that we all want to see, right? A little Brown.
I would totally watch it.
Brown Aja detective, procedural drama.
Or Cho Chang finally getting the recognition she deserves. Like had to be in another property.
Like oh man, I could picture like one of those, like old those British, detective shows with like, or like a Murder She Wrote type show.
100%. And then now I want like. So I originally pitched a buddy cop show or like a detective show with Alexander Willem and as Tom and Idris Elba as Julian Sandar. Now I want the four of them in a show together.
Idris Elba as Julian Sandar.
Oh,
he's too cool. Julian Sandar is not that cool.
But he would make him cool though. Does it instantly.
Julian Sandar can't be cool though. Nobody can make him cool.
That's fair.
Tom, we're getting into the last two categories, and these are like our biggest categories, I think. So you want to take this next one?
Yes, I do. Okay. The next category is the best performance.
Oh boy.
This is gonna be tough. This is real tough. There are some really good nominations here. So our first up is Zoe Robbins as Naini Valmera.
Good.
Next, Madeline Madden as Egwene Alver.
Wow. This is tough already.
Natasha O'Keefe as Celine or Lanfear.
Is Lanfear going to sweep all her categories?
Mirren. I feel like at this point she almost has to, but I want someone else to win. Kate Fleetwood as Leandrin Sedai,
Strong
and
season.
Rosamund Pike as Moiraine Sedai.
I didn't notice this until after I posted it. An all female category here. There were no male performers who made it into this one.
Well,
Sorry.
we did have an honorable mention for Faris.
Oh, it's a Shamael. Yes. He was good.
And I refuse to not honorably mention Hopper, even though it was Hopper's technically a female.
Yeah. This is.
I mean, not technically, literally, like the actor, puppy
Wolf
that plays
the animal player. I don't know what they.
I know this. These are people awards. I know.
This is tough. I mean, there were a lot of great performances. I mean, I think this is like one of the strongest parts of the show itself is that they brought in such great actors. It's like
absolutely fantastic.
Everyone's really destroying it and killing it with their performances, and I think this has really helped the show out a lot. And it's so tough. I don't even know.
Let's give an honorable mention to Jay Duffy as he's screaming, "Two Rivers!"
Yeah,
dragged away.
I mean, also, Jen, you mentioned it before, Alvaro Morte, just like in the small amount of time he was on screen. Oh, man, just killing it. This is so tough. I think I know who's going to win this one. I think my pick, and it's tough because I really Zoe did such an amazing job the first half of the season, and then they kind of
you got to remember it.
She kind of fell off a cliff towards the second half, and it's not her fault. They just didn't really give her a lot to do. But you know, her spotlight episode was just amazing. I thought like that was the performance for me for the entire season was Zoe in episode 3. So I'm gonna go with her. Jen?
Yeah, my pick is definitely Madeline.
Madeline? Oh yeah, you've been talking her up.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely amazing. It's like every scene she was in, it's just amazing.
How about you, Jen?
Oh, they're all really good. Rosamund Pike was also really good this season too. She had a lot of
She's got enough awards, okay?
I know. A lot of emotion.
She doesn't need one of our awards.
Okay, fine.
She was great. I love her. And I love her as Moiraine too. She is Moiraine for me now. Like that's it.
I like that she acknowledges that book Moiraine and show Moiraine are different too. She said it in like when she's talked about doing the audiobooks. She's like specifically just said it like right out. She's like, well, this is book Moiraine and this is show Moiraine. And like she acknowledges and she knows that they're different characters slightly. And she plays them differently when she does like the audiobooks as opposed to, you know, the show.
Oh, I forgot. My husband had a recommendation of best performances. Lindsay Duncan as Anvair Damadred.
Oh yes,
he wanted me to nominate Anvair in every category.
He really, if only
his favorite character.
and
she was great.
And Dan's favorite character, Jen's husband's favorite character, because he does not like Moiraine.
Yeah, he was mad.
Maureen's my favorite.
At the end when she said like "You've always been my better," you know, and then he went and I go, "Oh, why you don't like that line?" He goes, "No, I like it. I'm like, you're mad because she said something nice, and I have to like acknowledge it."
That's great.
All right, let's announce the winner of this award. Are you ready, Thom?
I'm excited. Yes.
Oh my God.
And it's Madeline Madden as Egwene. My girl.
She did it.
More than half the votes. She got more than half the votes.
I'm not surprised,
you know what?
even in the slightest.
She deserved it,
but
I think people forgot about episode 3. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, that's all I'm going to say too. That's all I'm going to say.
I think they forgot about it. I think that was more recent in their minds. So
she was great in every single episode she did, though.
No,
like
she was.
She played like, I don't know the correct word to use, but like when her and Sierra were like drinking in their room together, and she was like, you know, bitching about Nynaeve, like that was great. Like she went from like bratty teenager to like
Yeah.
fucking whatever you want to call her at the end of the season. Like, and it was an insane like transition, like across the board, like just absolutely fantastic. And then also when she was like, when she went back down into the catacombs or wherever where the arches were, and like tried to like feebly like rescue Nynaeve down there, like that was a great scene too. Yeah, it was just, ugh, disgusting how good she was.
All right, are we ready for the final category of the evening, the one we've all been
Not
waiting
really.
for, the best moment of season 2? All right, this is the definitive best moment. So whatever wins here has to be acknowledged by the entire fan community everywhere.
Officially.
Officially,
Okay.
on the record. All right, and the nominees for best moment are Moraine stabs Lanfear and slits her throat. Quite a moment there. Matt blows the horn of Valir. Rand kills High Lord Turok and his soldiers with the one power. Moraine is unshielded. And Rand meets Logain. All right, everybody. This is a tough one here. Tom, what was your best moment out of these? Or if you had something different. Yeah, well, even if you had something different.
No, man. Like I really, really, really liked when Moraine was unshielded. Like I really liked that scene. A lot. Like I voted for that scene over Matt blows the horn, and I second guessed myself when I did it. I'm second guessing myself now just of how awesome that scene was. But I think it's just because I'm biased because Moiraine is my favorite character, and I love Rosamund Pike's portrayal of her. So like that scene really just like stuck with me. Mm-hmm. But her emotion in that scene was just super evident. I thought she played it like amazingly, like as to understand like someone who thought they couldn't channel, then learning again that they could in that moment. I thought that she portrayed that very well.
Yeah, she's got 2 in here too. Her stabbing Lanfear, that was like, for me, that was one of the surprise moments for me, right? I was like, whoa, I didn't see that one coming.
Nope.
And then like, and then not that she just stabs her, but then she pulls out the dagger and slits her throat.
For real.
I was listening back to one of our old episodes recently, and we were talking about like, I think it was one of our recap episodes, like before we knew what was going to happen, you know, the breakdowns. And we're like, oh no, Rand in this scene when he's choking Moraine, he has blood on him. So why does he have blood on him? And I'm like, why didn't anyone of us think that Lanfear's throat got slit right on top of him? Her blood got.
Why did we? How dumb are we? That? So obvious.
How would we not know? Remember that time in the book. But I mean, Matt blows the horn of Valir. I don't know. That's a tough one.
Did everyone immediately think Indiana Jones with the Rand? Okay, good.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Like I loved that scene because of that, but that was like it didn't rank up there as best moment, but I really liked it.
I felt bad for Turok. I wonder if like the actor like read the book or whatever. It was like, oh my god, look what, and then like they were like, no, you're just gonna like literally do nothing and drop dead.
I think we joked last week where the actor was probably right. I think it was Daniel Francis. He was probably like, "How am I going to fight? You know, do the sword fight with these nails?" And then they're like, "Oh, you're not going to fight with the sword.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it, buddy."
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't
know. But like everyone always gave Rand shit for fighting with the sword when he didn't need to. So. I don't know. I felt like it was thematic in a way too. Well, not thematic, but more in line with where Rand should have been at like an older point of himself. Like he's a little smarter. Like he's not a kid thinking I'm gonna go fight with a sword. He's like, I'm the Dragon Reborn. I gotta kill motherfuckers. Like, why am I gonna fight 30 guys?
Yeah, I would almost. We could have put in here too, like the very last scene of the season. Right, the seal's broken and Moghedien. That was a great moment too of the whole.
That was a great moment.
That was a great way to end the season too. I love that.
Rand standing on the tower by himself, like that. The one shot where it's just like you're down in the crowd, and all you see is a tower and a single dude standing in like the broken wall, and that's all you see.
Yeah,
I like that shot too.
The Ishamael and Lanfear and Teleran Riyadh scene was really good too.
Yosha and Fairs in the bed together Just forget about that. It was
Yeah,
Langfield.
yeah.
Just Yosha and Ferris in the bed together was
Yeah.
was great.
All right, so here we go, everybody. The
Then-
winner of Best Moment in Season 2, The Wheel of Time, is... Matt blows the horn of Valir! And there you have it.
That was a great scene.
It was more than half of the votes went to that scene.
That's not
Wow.
surprising. I mean, like if it was like invoked most emotion from me, that would have won it in like immediately, because all of those scenes, like I think I had an emotional reaction, but that scene specifically, like multiple parts of it made me emote.
Yeah, I think everyone, right? All of us book readers were just waiting for the moment, right? I remember like back years, like a year or two ago, right, with the Dusty Wheel talking about whether the horn's even going to be blown when they were doing their live adaptations. Remember they had cut out the horn being blown from their live adaptation, and it was like a big thing. And then the whole, it was let Barney blow or something like that for a while, and the hashtags and. I think everyone was just
so long ago.
I know it was so long ago, but I mean, I think a lot of people were waiting for this moment, and it lived up to the expectations.
Looking back at younger us, it's like, my sweet summer child.
Yes.
Yeah.
You thought it was going to be
COVID
Barney the
child.
whole time. How could
Yeah.
you think that?
Yeah. Well, we got the scene. They didn't let Barney blow, but they let Matt blow.
Yeah.
So
It was
would've.
great.
yeah.
It was great.
Uh,
How do you guys feel about the horn itself?
it was.
I don't think it had like an exit point, did it?
It had like these kind of like vents,
Like a hole,
up the side
like
of it.
ribs.
It was like
I
it was
didn't-
like ridges.
Yeah,
Or like
Whatever.
gills, it kind of looked like.
Yes.
yeah,
it
I
looked
didn't
like
really
gills.
care. It didn't bother me, but it wasn't what I expected it to look like. But it didn't.
Yeah, I
really-
didn't.
I just wanted it to resemble a musical instrument.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted. Like,
yeah, I didn't care really what it looked like. I mean, it looked fine to me. I do care what it looked like, right? If it looked really stupid, if they made it like a trumpet or something, I would have said, "What the hell is that?" But I thought it looked good. I was fine with it. I saw some people complain about it, and I was like, "That's what you're going to complain
I
about?"
wasn't a fan. I was not a fan.
Oh yeah.
Like I didn't hate it, but I was like, why? Like, I don't like, what is this? Like, how do you know it's a horn? Like, how do you know that's a
Well,
horn?
there's a
Well, they
spot to
already
put
keep
your mouth
calling it the Horn of Valir.
Yeah.
How'd you know that was the horn of? How did you look at that and go, oh, that's the horn of Valir? Like, how? Like, if I looked at that, I'd be like, oh, that's a pitcher for water. Like, the pitcher
The
of
picture
Valir.
of Valir.
I wonder if they would ever show like other concept art. I'm sure there were a bunch of different concept arts for the horn, and that's just the one that won. I don't know.
Maybe I'm just uncultured swine, and like that is a horn somewhere, and I just don't know it. Maybe that's a thing. And I'm completely wrong. I have no idea. But
Omar's here. Omar made this great picture of the Horn of Valir hiding amongst vases. He posted it when we recorded our episode, I think last week, and I had to stop and laugh at it. But if he can find it, I'm sure he'll post it in Discord for you. It's great. So there we are, everybody. Our moment our best of the best awards for season 2. 10 categories, 10 winners of the first annual. It's not an annual. The first seasonal talkies. We should probably go back and do one for season 1. We never did an awards ceremony for season 1, but
Yeah.
So there you
We have time.
Yeah, there you
I
have
fully
it.
support this.
There you have it, everyone. It was a good awards ceremony. Lots of surprises.
What are the gift bags for this awards? Like usually in the Oscars, people get like they're like $60,000 gift bags.
Yeah, you'll get your gift bag, Tom. It's in the mail. It's a bag of bagels. That's the gift bag.
Oh my God, that's so much better. That's so much better. If that was real, I would be so happy. I mean, like if it ever happens, I'll be like ecstatic. But
it's
I would be so
$6,000 in bagels.
I'd eat it all before it went bad.
Oh boy, I think it's
a lot
time.
of bagels.
I think it's time to wrap it up here. Jen, do we have any new patrons to thank?
We do. Joining the Dreamwalkers, we have Hannah and Rose. So I'm not sure if
Oh.
that's 2 people or 1, but thank you, or thank you both, for your support, and to all of our current patrons, all of our previous patrons, and all of our future patrons.
Yeah.
Thank you
We thank you in
for your
advance.
support.
And in
Time is a
hindsight.
wheel.
Yeah. There are neither beginnings nor endings to Patreon.
No.
All right.
To our patrons.
It's the future past.
I want to remind everyone you could follow us on social media. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. You can also join us over in Discord to continue the conversation there. We post our episodes on YouTube as well, so go check out our YouTube page and like and subscribe there. Rate and review us wherever you listen to podcasts, and check out our merchandise and Patreon pages. I want to thank Thom DeSimone for joining us. Thank you so much, Thom. Thom, you want to tell everybody where they can find you and all the wonderful things you're doing with the Wheel of Time?
Yes. So you can find us over on just dragonmount.com. We'll have links to everything, but we're Dragonmount.com on YouTube and on Twitch, because some evil person has absconded with the Dragonmount name and doesn't do anything, and we can't get it back. But I will. We have started our rewatch of season 1. We're going to go right from season 1 into season 2, all in one shot, with lots of fabulous guests. I'm sure. Maybe Joe and Jen and or Tom will join us for maybe an episode at some point.
Yes.
Yeah. Yay! I didn't put them on the spot and just totally asked. Promise. I did.
I already told Kathy I wanted to come on, so.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And then I'm also going to be starting a regular gaming schedule over on Twitch, because when we did the fundraiser for the Maui wildfires, we got affiliate on that one day. So I was like,
Oh,
all
wow.
right, I guess I gotta step up my Twitch game a little bit. So I'm gonna start a regular gaming schedule on Twitch. I'll do, like, a couple of times a week, something in the mornings, and then something during the weekend as well. So we'll have that schedule posted. Check out the Dragonmount socials for that.
Awesome. Thanks. Yeah, Dragonmount. I'll put the links in the show notes so everyone can easily access them. Thanks again so much, Tom.
Sorry. I
what?
forgot. Not just me. I'm the only person Dragonmount. I'm horrible. I'm sorry. There also Ebony is amazing. She's my co-host on everything. But Kitty Rollo does all of our TikTok stuff. She does other stuff too, but she does all of our TikTok stuff. So please go check us out on TikTok. Go check her stuff out. She does a lot of like characters where she's dressing up in costumes, very elaborate scenes that she does. They're hilarious. I don't know if it's hilarious because I've known her for like 20 years, or she is legitimately hilarious, but she gets a lot of good comments. So that's neither here nor there. Anyway, that's it. Sorry.
Yeah, she's been. I've been seeing all of her. She's doing a lot of stuff with Watttober, so I've seen her on Instagram posting a lot of stuff, cross posting over from TikTok. Yeah, her little shorts are great. I love when she does like the pronunciations and does like a brief, like, this is what this character is, or this is what this place is. Little short knowledge nuggets for us.
She gets most of that from Alan. I mean, she knows a lot of it, but she gets a lot of it from Alan too, because him and her are like besties.
Oh, awesome.
That's Alan Romanchik, by the way, for those who don't know.
Yeah. All right. So once again, thanks, Tom, for coming on. This was a lot of fun.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime. Thanks for jumping in on short notice to fill in for Tom. We needed to find another Tom really quick, and
this is the second time in 5 days that I've jumped in on short notice to fill in for a Tom. It's fantastic.
Wow.
The other one was for Twat Tom, as you
Twat
so
Tom.
lovingly dubbed him earlier.
Yeah, we had to call him Twat Tom when they were on our episode, so we didn't get confused about which Tom we were talking to. So thanks everyone for listening, and you'll hear us next time.